Hello everyone, today I'm working on this nice GP35 and it's seen better days. Take it out for you. So it's got the wrong box, although that sort of protected it. So somebody started stripping it and ended up with mixed results. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in the brake fluid. I'm going to put it in the brake fluid for maybe a day just to see if I can improve on that a little bit. I'm going to remove the shell for you guys. So I used the box method and the drive looks pretty good actually. Maybe I should put it on the track and see how it runs. So let me give it some power. So it's running really good. This is going to be a short video. So I guess we'll focus on fixing the shell. There's also stuff missing on the shell, most notably the horn and the couplers. The handrails all seem to be in pretty good shape. So I won't have to do any work there actually. Maybe just clean them with the handrails, everything's good. Maybe just clean them with a little soap and my toothbrush. So I won't have to put them in the brake fluid. Brake fluid, it strips paint away, but it doesn't damage the plastic. I should say it doesn't damage the plastic too much. When you remove your shell, just be careful that you don't get them tangled and they end up breaking. That would be bad. So these I'll just, the handrails, I'll just clean them up with my toothbrush, and then the rest of the shell is going to go in the brake fluid for about a day. So I can see, maybe I can improve some of it. And there's some paint under here. Oh, maybe these will go in the brake fluid too for a day, just to be safe. Using a pin and with the brake fluid, I was able to get most of this nasty stuff out. So soon we'll be ready for painting. Takes a little bit of patience to do this. I let everything dry. Now I'm going to put it back together for painting. I'm going to leave the handrails out because they look really nice. No need to do any work on that. And this engine was missing the horn, so I'm going to make sure that I'm going to put a horn on it. I still have some horns left over from my most satisfying N-scale video ever. Just have to get these little pins in there. These are really good to have. The back ones are broken off. I'm going to put my horn in. The horns, here's the part number if you're interested. They're, I don't know if they're still available. I guess when they produce them, a lot of people lose them. And so people buy them up. I know I'm glad I bought a bunch because I keep using them. So that's gonna go into the paint shop. The advantage of painting the horn on the engine like that is it's gonna hold it for me. So let me get this painted. So it came back from my paint shop, very shiny, turned out very well. Now I'm ready for some decals. I'm getting ready to put on decals now. I'm doing a red pea today. The red pea, it's actually rare. For, let's say for a whole layout, you probably have just one, maybe two, if on purpose that's what you're modeling. Keep a picture of the engine you're modeling close. That way you can change out the you can have very precise decal placement to match the unit that you're working on. That's starting to look much better. So with the decals on, looks much better. Now I'm gonna put some dull coat on it, and then it can go back together. The dull coat makes your unit look very professional. At this time, this is the best time to put on your couplers. That's one thing that it was missing. It's also missing the windows. I'm gonna run it just like that. Although that's kind of a shame with the nice paint job. That's actually a nice unit now. I selected the Rapidos. All my Penn Central stuff runs on the Rapido couplers, except for a couple of engines. These, actually, a lot of these GP35s came out from the factory with the Rapidos. So a lot of them I bought like that with Rapidos, and I just kept going. U25Bs also, most of them have Rapidos. I got a couple of the newer ones with DCC, so that's kind of good. They have DCC and the microtrains couplers. So that's the new stuff. Just check it to make sure that it moves a little bit. So that looks awesome. I'm gonna bring the handrails back in. These just to spread them out a little bit and they'll just snap into place. Do you ever look at these with a magnifying glass? They have a lot of detail. And scale, I'm always amazed at the amount of detail that they have, despite being very, very small. Actually, everything's in good shape on that engine. Just the only part that needs to be worked on is the windows are missing. But considering how much I paid for it, that's okay. I'm gonna put my handrails back in their holes just as soon as I get the shell assembled properly. And then these, actually they just want to get in there. I don't have to force them at all. That's just where they belong. So that looks pretty cool. We can put the shell back on the drive. And now it's time to run some trains.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly had fun making it for you. See you soon.